You know, like, yeah, you gotta let it play for a little bit. Don't lie, you don't want to be there doing your stuff, yeah? I'm trying to get involved with the kiddies then. Shut up, leave me alone. Let me do my stuff. Yeah? Pull up and that. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. Alright, calm that down. But guys, how we doing? Welcome to our live. I know, a different live, different show, different dynamics. And like I said, all the time we want to keep making sure that we're giving a voice to our young people, making sure that we're speaking about certain topics and certain issues. So for those that are always sitting there saying, oh Chris, we never hear the young voices. Well, let's hear them then. Let's hear them, and at the same time, let's also show them that love as well. So we're going to do it like a proper show, proper interview. These men have been talking to me enough, I'm not going to lie. My heart's beating because they're not funny, you know. These not funny. Look at two duos and everything. Yo, you see, hey, what's the Chunks and Philly? See you man there? They're trying to do, hey, you man, watch this space, you know. Them men are coming for you on a next level. So before we even start and everything, like, I would like to just you guys to first and foremost just introduce yourself. So introduce yourself.
My name is Shani, Watford, Cairo.
Same, but my name is Cairo, so yeah.
Hello? You know, see the man them already? Yeah, that's it. That's all we've got. That's all we've got. But we're gonna be diving in because this is how they not start. But once you start getting them on topics and stuff like that, so
Warming up.
yeah, I can see. We're definitely gonna be more than warming up. But in the sense of you guys, like you've come together, and I've saw a few of you guys' shows and like your YouTube and your chemistry and everything. Just first and foremost, in the sense of how did that come about? Because I feel like when I see you are the funny one. I see you just be laughing at some stuff. And then when you're not putting in the extra little bits, like your stuff as well, just the eyes, you just be looking sometimes, like this guy, you're wild with it. So how did that chemistry come about? Did you not always have that when you was in school? Like what?
Same school. It literally started from walking home. Just good bond. Yeah. Started meeting out of school. There's good energy, good vibes.
And what you say the same thing, like in the sense of like chemistry. What was it about you lot's chemistry though?
What was it about? Like how we bonded?
Yeah.
It's because like a lot of people in our school and a lot of people that you know, they're not really like goofy and they're not really like people. Everyone's just shy basically.
No, but I'm glad you touched on that because let's just even dive a little bit deeper in the sense of being in school. Let's be honest, we're just listening to some trap, we're listening to drill. There's a lot of men that act in a certain way. So how did that feel for you guys being in school? Did you ever feel like you had to be someone that you wasn't half of the time? Yeah, in the sense of like the way things are, because it's a lot. It's like if you're not in and man's not coming and talking about I've trapped in the bando, bruv, and I've licked out 16 shots, bruv. You're 12 years old, fam. You still watch Fortnite, bruv. You're still playing games, bruv. Your mum still makes you breakfast. How are you talking about the bando? I don't know what's going on. The only bando that I knew about was my cereals, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, bruv. Them man was doing bits in the blocks. You get me? So. How do you not feel about being in secondary school and having that kind of demographics?
Obviously, it ain't really a difference to us because we know who we are.
But that's good though. But what makes you keep that you know who you are? Because obviously, like it's happening, it's all around and everything. But what makes you stay on the straight and narrow? For even many people that's gonna watch this and many other guys, like what makes you not fall into like I feel like I have to do this or peer pressure? Like has any man ever said to you like come man just ride out or whatever it is, fights, being involved in certain postcodes areas, like what is it that's something that you stay away from?
Like the mindset, really, like how you think forward. Because like that's how I think is like it's how I think in the future. Like I think what's gonna happen. Like if I actually did that stuff, then I think, bro, what's gonna happen in the future? Like if my dad see me doing that, then I'm finished. Like, and how other people are gonna see me as well. Like I know that if I'm like trapping and all that, then when other people from other gangs see me, then it's going to be over because then everyone's just going to be onto me and it's just going to be like everyone's just trying to beat me and I don't. That's just wrong. Like, I don't want to be random people.
Trapping everything's not worth it. Like money, yeah, it's a good thing, but at the end of the day, trapping is going to get you dead or money. You don't want to die, would you?
But and I'm glad that you said it because a lot of the time, like most people out there feel like you guys don't think like that in the sense of like you don't think about consequence. But I'm grateful that the fact that you guys saying, bro, like nah, man's not gonna do that. Like you hear me? Reputation, man's gonna go prison, man's gonna die. Like so, how comes that for a lot of young people? Even I'm not saying that you guys have got the answers, but why do you think a lot of young people don't care about that or don't care about selling drugs if they know that they're gonna go prison or die or like whatever?
Because like most of the time, everyone just wants to prove themselves to the olders and all of that. Because there's a lot of olders right now that are using people that are a lot younger, like people that are like year 7, 8 and all that. Like,
yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
So they want to use them and them type of people, like they kind of want to like make themselves look like they have a big reputation with everyone else. So like, imagine if you're young and you're all looking like you're on the gangbang, then everyone's going to be apparently scared of you, guys. That's how they think of you.
You're trying to prove a point to someone.
Yeah, but I do feel like that because sometimes I get some of these kids, and even for you guys, make sure you comment. But I get a lot of kids that will be like, Chris, I have to act a certain way, or like I'm from a certain area. You know, one's there, like I'm from South, or I'm from this area, I'm from Northwest. Like I have to be about it. Like, I'm like, but bro, like you don't have to be about this area. You don't have to be about this life. But it gets to a stage where it's like, because I'm in this area, I feel like I have to take on all the problems of that area. Do you not ever feel like you have to take on certain problems that's going on in Watford or certain ends, or do you just feel like you're just able to walk through it?
The problems come about because of other people. The people that produce them problems should take care of themselves. We got our own problems to deal with.
No, but I'm grateful that you said that. You know, young boys up and coming, and all of you guys are gonna have problems or certain issues, but that shouldn't be one of them. Like where you can't even walk to the shop. Like it's getting insane. So these kind of things, like I'm grateful that you guys touched on it and everything, and even down to the music. Like before we just even move on, like how do you feel about drill, and do you guys listen to it, and what connotation do you take from it?
Well, see me like I said, I know about consequences. I know about I think in the future. So if no matter how many times someone could my dad says to me about drill, it influences you a lot. Like if you listen to a certain type of music, then you can kind of fall into that kind of genre, like how you act. But it's like the way my brain is. Like I still listen to it, but like certain drill I can listen to. It might be bad, but I'll listen to it for the beat. But because I know that there's no way that some lyrics and some sounds can change how I act, because I know that
No, but I'm grateful that you said that, and I'm grateful that you said both sides though. That's like, how much intelligent young men are you getting like that? He said, listen, I'm not gonna lie, on the low, I still listen to the thing in it. What? I'm not taking in that, but I can understand how people can get that stuff. And it was the same for when I was growing up. Like, alright, cool, it wasn't, but it was definitely grime. And grime, man, them was going at it. What blood boy, you three stand up for the balls and come for the blocks and man will stab you, hold the booze. I was like, oh, wait a minute, bruv, yours there. Who got hurt? But I didn't always listen to it thinking that, oh, I've listened to this track now, I'm going to go out and hurt someone. Yeah. But there is a big connotation that's happening right now for you culture where everyone's saying like, but the music, man, the lyrics, it's demonic, like it's talking about loads of killings. Just what even for you guys, that how does that make you feel in a sense of substance? Does that make you even feel like you don't have a great sort of like lifespan in the sense of what you see if you always keep hearing that? Don't you feel sometimes as artists that you want to hear something different? Yes. Or are you okay like with the music right now? Like sometimes I'm like, this is good because you have to have drill people talking about their life, but what about other stuff? Like I want to hear some substance, I want to hear some love songs, I want to hear some other stuff. And you see other drill artists breaking into that and stuff like that, but what would you say in the sense of why you listen to music, or
young kids? Yeah, I listen to drill a little bit, but I know from previous experience, drill does bring an anger side out of you, but young kids can't keep that self-esteem to keep it inside you.
No, I'm grateful that you said that.
Mostly just slap on a tracksuit, start playing gang signs up, this, that, but it doesn't really mean anything to them. They're just trying to prove a point to other people. And even Karen knows about that, so... Yeah,
but I like the fact that it says, like, there is a lot of you kids out there that are proving a point, gang signs and stuff like that, and some of the kids I'm speaking to, they're like, oh, so I was just on my snap, though, like, but you're doing stuff, and you don't know what you're doing and what that represents, just what I'm trying to say. And you hear about all this stuff, like, on YouTube, like rappers getting caught lacking, and, you know, the one is there, man's getting run upon, and it's just like, they're not about it, do you know what I mean? But they were just doing that online and everything, and it's very, very serious in the sense of, how do you balance it out? So I'm grateful that you guys are sitting there saying, yeah, I still listen to it, but you've got to have your own mind. I think that's what we're coming down to, sometimes having your own mind. Interesting, man, interesting. Guys, any questions, any thoughts, any opinions of what you would want us to ask these young men right now? They're in the studio. It's a new way of what we're trying to do as well, in the sense of creating that understanding and that dynamics. You know what I mean? We're talking about many, many topics and issues that arise for young people, but showing you that there's loads of young people that are doing better than we actually know, better than we actually think. So these are the kind of things that we need to adjust and make sure that we're giving them the platform. So this is a platform for you guys. We're never shining a light on what you think that we should be shining a light on. What is it that we can be talking about today? Something that you guys want to shine the light on, whether it's what you do, what you want people to know. Like, what would it be for something that you guys want to talk about? Anything. And it's just sometimes we always talk about stuff that adults will, but it could be anything. Anything. You could even be coming at us in the sense of, you want to talk about adults, the industry. What is it as young people? What is it that you want to talk about? Because a lot of the times I feel like when we ask young people questions, we're always assuming what you want, or we're always thinking, well, oh, they want that, they want to do that. they want to make cupcakes. We don't want to make cupcakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be able to have an opportunity. We want to be able to be in certain situations where we're going to put our money where our mouth is. I feel like sometimes as adults we say you can be anything that you want to be, but we don't actually give you the tools to actually be where you want to be. So, like, you've got the platform, you've got people out there, like many people are in this industry. What is it something that we can do to help you or shine the light on what you do? What is it that you two feel like you need as a duo?
We need to keep going, keep that confidence up, but it mostly goes to like the younger kids that are being influenced by older people that are already in that like bad lifestyle, whatever, drill, this, that. Because young people, when they haven't matured, they fall into that trap. Once they mature, they say, oh, this, that, depression. Depression comes in.
Absolutely.
A lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And just, we gotta spread it out, make them dodge that mistake.
So there's even having a platform to be able, even now possibly, is this something that you guys are trying to do as well, like, in the sense of having a show, creating a show where you can have other young people coming on and being able to talk to them and giving them that kind of platform, that advice? What would you say that you would need, or anything that you feel like?
Well, I was gonna say we should kind of speak about like a lot of people our age, like, you know how a family would think, like if you had a son, like my dad probably thinks that like, oh, I'm like, this might happen with a lot of people, like, oh, my dad might think how I see when I come home and how I talk and all that, I might seem very good, like I'm so good and I don't do anything bad. But on the other side of it, like, my dad might treat me like, oh, I'm doing good, all of that, but on the other side I might be like, oh, I'm doing bad at school and all that, but the way I produce myself when I come home, I look like I'm doing good stuff. So like, if I ever did something bad, then it's going to be a big shock to my dad, but realistically, if that's how I act normally, then I don't really care about it.
Yeah, quite interesting. So you're near enough, and I think that's a big one to even talk about. And I think a lot of kids and a lot of parents, have you ever been in a position where you're coming home and your parents are like, oh, how was school? You're doing kind of good in school and all the rest of it, but like you said, like sometimes you might not be feeling great, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going through something, or like you got to hide it because you don't want to put extra pressure on your parents and say, do you know what, I might be being bullied, or do you know what, a teacher keeps coming at me and I don't even know why, but I don't know how to address the situation, or someone at the bus stop has said something to me and I don't know how to deal with it, like, and there's a lot of stuff that you guys carry and everything. So even within that, like, what would you say, have you ever been, any of you guys ever been through a process where you feel like you've constantly gone through something and you haven't said anything?
Yeah, I think,
of course. No, you can speak.
Yeah, I think like, so I've seen a lot of bullying. I've tried to prevent it, but like, I've seen young kids, they keep their feelings inside, and they think, oh, empty threats come from the person that's actually bullying them, but they need to speak up, sort their problems out, or it's just gonna keep digging deeper
and everything. And what would you say to someone in the sense of, if they know that, you know, like, to speak out, like, how you gone about it, in the sense of, like, if it's your mum, parents, teacher, like, what is the first step? Because a lot of people's like, it is easy to say, like, oh, just speak up, but for that person or for someone that's being bullied, like, they feel like if they say something, they're going to be bullied even more and all the rest of it. What would you say? Because obviously, even like you said, the more and more you leave it, the more worse it becomes. But how do they take that confidence? How do they take that step?
Yeah, I would say, you're going to need to build up a lot of confidence to let yourself out to your parents, etc. Because they're in a different generation to how we are right now.
Yeah.
They got to realise that as well. They think a lot different to us.
Yes.
So we got to, they just got to speak up. It's going to build a lot of confidence, but it's for the best.
It's for the
and
best.
if they don't, then the confidence is going to keep going down till it digs deep. That's it.
And what would you say if you've been in a situation?
I was going to say that's certainly happened to me and Shania a lot. Like, especially with me, a lot of stuff that's happened to me, and it, like, recently it keeps on happening, and it's putting me down, and it's making me want to stop doing this and stop making videos and that. But I know I have to keep my head up and keep on doing all this. But a lot of people are acting happy with me and they're thinking, wow, why are you acting like that? But and every time someone asks me, like my mum asks me, my dad asks me, anyone asks me, like, they ask me a lot actually. They always ask me, like, what's wrong? Why are you acting so down for? I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'm just tired or whatever. I'm just pushing it away every time. Yeah. But especially as a boy as well, because girls, because like
girls talk to each other like, oh, exactly. How you doing, babe? Oh, babe, do you know what? Yeah, I'm really, really going for it. Don't lie, babe. Oh my god. Like, you girls have got each other's back, guys. Speak up. Have the man them's back. Because do we even feel like that man them feel like the man them will laugh, or man them will make a joke out of it? Oh, shut up about what man said in depression. Like, like, do you feel like people will laugh and joke and not take it seriously?
Like, when you have that one bro, like, Cairo knows half my problems, I know half his problems, we take it seriously.
Yeah.
But like, there's a certain trust code there. Like, say if you say it to a certain person and they don't take it seriously. Or
do you feel like even giving them that trust, they might just go around telling other people that, do you know what I mean? So you've told someone of your secret, and now the half of the school knows, Like, and you're like, bro, I come to you, like, I wanted to just try and talk to you, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with the genders as well, like with boys and girls, because like boys, like you're known to grow up, oh, you have to be a man, don't cry, you have to be a man, like don't let your feelings out.
Everyone has the same
gay or whatever.
Everyone has the same.
But this is what I'm trying to say, like, what is that, like, in a sense of, and how do you guys feel as young men, feeling like you're growing up and feeling like you can't cry? How do you feel like that? Do you feel like you can show your emotions?
You can show your emotions. Like, if you care about what people think about you, you're gonna get nowhere in life.
I love that. No, that's fact. I love that because it's like, we all feel like we can't cry. I cry all the time. Listen, hell of tears, barley moments. You know what's there? Some nice, some bad. You know what's there? Some good tears, some bad tears. But it takes a man to cry. Because it shows that we all have emotions and you can't just keep, I feel like a lot of our children, a lot of young people, even up to me when I was growing up as an adult, holding in the anger until one day you end up lashing out for no reason. You walk past someone in the street and they say, shut up, you're like, what? And that's been through your teacher, growing up, being bullied, whatever it is, someone shouting at you. So it's like, if you were saying to someone on the advice of speaking up, what would you say now in the sense of how do you get through that now? If you're having a bad day, like, would you speak to mum, would you speak to dad, or would you let them know, or would you come and speak, like, what would you do?
It's probably that's the best way that you can get through things, because bottling up, like, we're all used to just bottling it up now, because that's just how it goes every generation, bottling up because you're a man, bottling up, you have to be a man, look like a man. Like, you can't act like, if you cry then, oh, you're a girl, like, you look gay now or something.
Yeah, sissy, oh, like, look at my dad. No, but it is that though, do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's very hard for young men to show their emotions, and even when they do, you're seen as a weaker person for showing that emotion, but you're not. You're a stronger person because you actually felt something. Just someone trying to say, everyone trying to go on like they're too cool for school. Man's bad, man don't care, man don't care. Don't lie, you do care. The amount of my friends, man don't care cause man's a bad man, and then get arrested and start bawling. Hey fam, call my mum. Why are you crying? Cause I thought you was a bad man, cause you know what's there? Because he's feeling the emotions. Like the reality's kicked in. Like I'm being arrested. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's all fun and good when you're running around doing whatever. So that's a great point. And I think that we don't talk about these kind of issues about young people growing up feeling like they have to be more mature than what they are. And I think even for boys more so as well, in the sense of like you guys are growing up way too quick. And do you guys even feel like that in the sense of like even just for an element of play, like none of you guys even play anymore. Like what happened to Had fam? Like you don't drop that out real quick and fast, innit? Had, you know what's there? Yeah. All them kind of ones there, like let a bit. All them ones there, family had 50-50. Yeah, knock down. Alright, probably not down Ginger. You don't do that because people are getting scared now. Stop doing that. You're giving people frights. But what is the element? Like how it comes like you guys don't socialize as much? I don't see young people like saying, yeah, let's go out. Do you not go out swimming and do you not go out to the parks and stuff like that? Because I feel like that is not a generation that's happening anymore.
You see, like in school, back to the crying topic. Yeah. Little girls in school, like you'll see, even in our older years, running around crying to their friends, like sitting down on the floor. Like, also, that's fine. You gotta help girls on that level as well. But say if you saw a boy doing that as well, like.
It's a lot of stuff, innit?
He's this.
No, it's true. It's a lot of stuff. What's the matter, Justin? Well, someone hurt my feelings. You know what about Justin? Fix up, fam. What you doing? Jessica broke up with me. And I'm feeling emotional. You're going to be looking at Justin like, hey, Justin, big man, sort your life out. So I get it. But I don't think it's okay and fair for you guys to take on so much pressure because when it comes down to it, when they want you to take on the good, they want you to take on the good. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't fight. You should know how to conduct yourself. You should know how to be a man. You should know how to do this. But don't take on all the other connotations that come with it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You've got to take the rough with the smooth. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you're going through something, then you should be allowed to share and show that emotion because they're quick to say, you're angry. But I'm not okay when I'm emotional. I'm not okay when I'm having a cry. And I feel like even for you guys going into school these days as well, I don't know if it's for you guys or if you've seen it amongst your peers, do you feel like, even have you heard your teachers say like, you know, you're bad, or you're angry. Like, how comes that we don't teach our kids about different emotions? Do you guys know about different emotions? Because I feel like some of your kids and some of the man in school are like, oh, bro, sure, they just told me man's angry, innit? And I'm like, but you're not angry. You're frustrated. There's a difference. Like, just what I'm trying to say. And because you're just getting thrown a label, you just take that label on. I'm bad. You're not bad. You know what's there? No. You might be a little bit naughty, but I don't know if you're bad. You know what's there? I'm the worstest in my school. The worst. Wow, do you know how many kids in the school? You're saying you're the worst. I'm the worst, sir. Well, because you got two detentions and you got into a little argument and a fight.
I don't get it. Like people say, oh, I'm the worst in the school, I'm the strongest in school, like it's an achievement or something. I don't get it.
Are you hearing this? Big man things. Drop that line again. They didn't hear from you from the back of the class. I didn't hear because most of the men were sat at the back. They didn't hear. Because why do you think that a lot of the times when you're in school that being cool, like, so like you said, if you get into a fight, you know, if you're the worst in school, it's like, oh, you're so cool. And like, and if you are doing well, if you are doing great, and you're still cool, you're not cool. Just how
just a fake reputation.
yeah, just how I was trying to say. It's like, what is that sort of kind of thing? And you guys are what, like, roughly what year you?
14, 15.
Yeah. So you're 10 now, yeah. So you've got to that stage where you've got 2 more years to go for school and everything. How are you guys even feeling about that? Because it's lockdown. Let's talk a little bit about that. How are you guys feeling about that situation? It's come in. Has that affected your schooling? Has that affected your work or the way that you've been working? Do you feel like you need to go back to school? Are you okay working from home from school? How are you finding it?
School is key. Like, if I didn't have school, I would just be depressed at home.
No, but that's honest.
School, lessons, you need your education because we missed 6 months of education. I was not on track in those 6 months. I came back to school. My brain was doing backflips. Like, I did not do anything.
Man said, brain backflips, doing a mad thing. The teacher's like, right, how are we doing class? 9 o'clock. He said, 9 o'clock? Is it 9 o'clock, miss? What's this? French? English? I don't miss my backflips.
I was just gone.
Mine's out of there. So you feel like you needed that structure
Yeah,
and you needed that social element as well and stuff like that. So you think that for you it's important that, you know, because a lot of the times you guys will even say sometimes like, man, I don't want to go to school and everything. And then when you're not in school, you realise how much you love school. You know what's there? Man, them always get suspended. Man got suspended, man, banging bare fever. You bang fever for 1 day, you don't want to bang any more fever, bro. You're like, I want to go back to school. So I like the fact that you said that in the sense of like being able to go back to school, being able to get your education. Do you feel like you're feeling back on track now or anything?
Yeah,
Do you feel,
I got back on track.
yeah? What about you? What would you say in the sense of, has it affected you? Has it not affected? Like, how have you been finding it?
The quarantine.
Yeah, quarantine, yeah, not being in school.
I've recently just moved schools for the reason of that, because like in school, yeah, I wasn't bad, but like I did get in trouble a lot by the teachers, like all the time, and it was just stressing me out. Because when I matured and I'm not bad anymore, the teachers still treat me like I'm an idiot, like. And I even said to the teachers, like, I don't act like that anymore. Like, you can see I'm acting proper. I want to learn. Like, stop shouting at me. Like, the teachers would literally pick on me every day. Like, the teachers, I'm pretty sure she's saying something about, like, oh, yeah, you can all talk. And then when I'm starting talking, it's saying something about, you're talking too loud. Or when the whole class is talking and I'm talking as well, like, it's the whole class. They pick on me. Like, why are you picking on me like the whole class? So I just changed it.
When teachers just say it's the students, it's not the students. Like, I'll be honest, I went to school last Wednesday. I went to my maths class. The teachers, it was a cover teacher when your actual teacher isn't in.
Yeah.
She just sat there and said, literally silent the whole time. She slapped on Chunks and Philly. Just said, you can watch this. I was like, I'm ready to learn maths. So what are you doing?
Wow.
It's crazy.
No, but it is that though, because a lot of the times we do. Do you know what? No, I'm grateful that you guys said that because we get onto some of these bad kids. Oh, the naughty one. Oh, the naughty one. Oh, Jerome. Oh, Jerome. No, oh, Miss Kim. Yeah? Miss Smith. You, I'm talking about. You know what's there? Just because you got a little bit of a dysfunctional life and you're not happy in your life and you've come to school with your coffee breath trying to stress everybody out. We've had enough, Miss Smith. No, you know them coffee breath though, it's a lot, innit? I'm just saying, some of you teachers, listen, cover chewing gum or something, because even I go to school, it's a lot. Stressing these kids out, but I do feel like some of you teachers ain't taking into consideration of sometimes the learning on the other behalf. Sometimes we need to teach our teachers more to be able to engage with our young people and be able to have that better understanding. It can't just be like, okay, I'm not listening, or if not, sometimes you do typecast young people just because they were naughty once or they've had a bad day once. Now all of a sudden you just want to be like, naughty, 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 naughty. Chill out, calm down, have a biscuit. Maybe go out on Friday. Maybe go and see some mates. Go to the cinema. Don't just always be in the books, scrolling and doing comments and doing work and trying to stress him out. No one's there. This is our young future, young lives.
The teachers got to be ready for socializing with kids and for school, because I've been through about 100 teachers these last 4 years of school. Half of them, I will tell you, one teacher called Mr. London, I can socialize with him on a friend level. He listens to my music. He's like a good role model for little kids.
See, but it's not even like these kids, that these guys have been like, oh, we don't like teachers, but there is teachers that take it, that are doing it, that taking the extra mile and saying, you know what, let's make sure that we're having that kind of understanding, that relationship. And I always say it's all about respect. You guys seem really, really respectable young men. Do you know what I mean? So I always say to teachers, respect them and they will respect you. If you don't respect them, then they're not going to respect you. It's just simple maths and science, and I'm giving you guys life skills. That's a free one for you. You respect people, they will respect you. You don't respect people, they're not going to respect you. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's a quite interesting one. Technical faults at the back. Big man, hella noise at the back. Turn that off now. What yoy? You know what I have to do? Popcorn on man. What yoy? Technician man. Man should know better. Like, you know what's there? I don't think he was just don't understand like the up and down button. You know what I'm saying? Like he just watches his own phone, enjoying flavours. You're not even to even be enjoying it. What? Hey, this is what coming out of our salaries, you know. Big man, we're paying you right now. Hey, my man, dividends and everything. My man just watching on his own phone. You know what I'm saying? Like enjoying shows. You know what I'm saying? But I love that, man. I love the fact that you guys are showing something and giving something new. Because I believe it's something that needs to be fresh, something that needs to be new. Like I want you guys to strive and start doing some more lives, start doing some more videos, start doing some more content, talking about some of the stuff that we're talking about now, because it doesn't get spoken about. And we always talk about it on the other side in the sense of young kids running around being bad, young kids this, young kids that. And we never
see the brightness of the other kids.
But no, it's true, we don't, and we're not shining the light. And you two are young men growing up, and so far what I've got from both of you, intelligent, passionate, you know what I'm saying? I've got a sense of confidence and understanding about a mentality that you should have. Not that mentality that you think everybody should make you think you had, mentality that you think you should have. So it's just like taking that out and me being here, I'm so humble because it lets me know that there's hope. Lets me know there's hope, guys, in the sense of understanding that when we do what we do for you guys, these are why we do what we do. This is the reason why we say it takes a village to raise a tide. This is the reasons why I say we should share this and make this go viral. This won't go viral, but I guarantee you, if we were talking about someone in the band though, if we was talking about someone getting stabbed, if we was talking about Stormzy and Chipmunk, right now, hella likes, hella shares. Tara's sharing it, Katie's sharing it, Jerome and the bando's sharing it, every man's sharing it. But no one don't want to share the good content and the good light and everything. And it does my nothing, but I feel like sometimes it's topics that people gravitate towards. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like even young people, like young people just gravitate towards negativity and stuff like that?
Like you'll see on Instagram or something, you're scrolling on your For You page, you see gunfight, knife fight, but you see like a positive quote. You'll scroll right past it. No likes, nothing.
No likes, no love. Absolutely, 100%. How much times have you feel like you've done a video or you guys have done a video that could have got much more views and much more likes than it's got, and then you saw something else and you're like, okay, I get it.
And like even TikTok, like Kairo's TikTok is doing good, mashallah. But like when you're scrolling through like random stuff, there's a girl with what 2.2 million views. Watch her sit down, one little dance, and we put in good effort. Like we get a lot of people who do big dances and
trying to put in content, big effort, big work, and we don't push it. You know what's there? No, but it's true. Like, no, guys, don't do that. Right now, on your feed, after this, scroll down. Don't worry. I'll wait. Just come off of it right now. I'll wait. Don't worry. Come off, scroll down 3 times and see what you see. See if you don't see some stupidness. Last time, I just saw dogs. 1 million views. I'm not saying I don't like the dog, but the dog wasn't doing nothing. The dog's just doing his thing, wagging his tail, and we shared it. We said, yeah, some of that, CP. CP sitting down, giving content, and all of that good stuff. Couple likes, couple shares, couple, well done CP. Always doing it for the youths. I wish my community was better. And we always ask for better. We always ask for, oh, I want good positive things. Why are young people doing something positive? Don't you ever feel like that in the sense of, we're always screaming at you guys to do something positive. You young people are never positive. Why are you not ever positive? It's all that drill stuff, stabby. And then you're not doing something positive and everyone's like, yeah.
It's even with like racism, this, that. Black Lives Matter, Brown Lives Matter, this, that, you can hold the social media holds it back. But as soon as a black man does a shooting, post it out, just like
I'm not even saying it. Do you know, they feel like the younger CP. I should just close my eyes and shut my mouth because, see, you hear what I'm saying? I say the same thing. But what is that though? What is that in the sense of, how do you guys feel like that in the sense of being young and ethnic, knowing that if you've done something, you're going to be blasted straight on the news, on the TV, but if you've done something positive, they wouldn't care?
Just the media's messed, just backwards. Like you will see a young guy doing his thing in the studio, rapping this, that, but as soon as someone starts rapping about drill, this, that, straight on the pages, bad influence. But if a person's actually spitting facts like real life, politics, everything, nothing's gonna go.
And you know what? I like the fact that we said that. And yeah, we can talk about drill, and I feel like music sometimes, and I do get upset sometimes. I'm like, these men are going a bit too wild with it. But let's be fair, guys. There's a lot of music that we listen to. Yeah, we listen to that are saying some wild stuff. All genres. Yeah, don't think you're not escaping this one. Yeah, get me your little Elvis and all them man going back in the day. Yeah, it wasn't always. He wasn't always hunting. You know what I'm saying? He was saying some stuff. What about Sting? Man was biting bats, biting heads off bats. I don't know about you, but that is not the way that I want my young persons to grow up. So we've got to understand that it is about content, but it is also about the equalness and the balance. I don't feel like there's a balance for you guys. I feel like it's one or the other. If you're not doing good, then like, you know, you're not going to get shined the light on. And if you're doing bad, then that's bad. You shouldn't do that, but it's going to get shined the light on. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So it's like, well, what do I do? And that's why some of these young kids, they're creating platforms, they're creating these views, they're creating these likes, and then all of a sudden everyone's just like, oh, now I'm going to try and sign them, or now I'm going to try and take that artist seriously. Or
once they see upcoming young people.
I was about to say that as well. Like, it happened with me and Shani, like, because like we used to be like just normal people, like follow everyone else, what everyone else doing, jumping on everyone else's waves. Like, if you see a video, I'll copy that. Do you copy everyone else? But when everyone see me and Shani are like, oh, we want to go make money in this way, we're sitting up to like AMs in the morning thinking about how we're gonna make money. Or like, another thing is like it'll be like, no one wants to share your videos and stuff until they see, oh, well, he's got good views, let me help him now because I'll look like a good friend. I've been there since day one, but realistically, you didn't help me at all. Like, you didn't help me get up, you didn't help me get...
None of them! Haters! Hater-raiding! Getting the hater-raid out!
Toxic.
Hey, toxic! Hey, listen! Do you know how much friends that I've got now? Bag of them! Do you hear that? Do you know how much friends I've got now? Bag of them! Hey, bro, put me on your story, cuz, innit? Hey, bro, follow me, innit, bro? Man's got the blue tick now, yeah? Is that how man's going on? Man said to me, you know, is that how man's going on? You know what I'm saying? First thing he said to me, is that how man's going on? I said, what are you talking about?
No
he goes,
respect.
yeah, no respect. He's like, man's got a blue tick now, yeah? Bro, not even a hello. Not even like, bro, I see you working hard. I see you pushing that content and I shared it. The man said, you got the blue tick now.
Me and Carol doing the YouTube thing. One day I was walking back from school. The guy came up to me and said, oh yeah, I see you and Carol doing your team. Not even a hello, I see you doing good.
And what's this? Did he like that post that you put up? Did he like the post on YouTube? Never liked it. But everyone knows what you're doing. They will see you on the street. Hey, big man, I saw that show last week that you did, you know, cuz. Hey, big man, doing the real thing.
Yeah.
Big man, you didn't even like it though, cuz. You didn't even comment, cuz. You didn't even show no. And guys, you know what it takes? It's just a double tap, you know. It's a man thing. It's a double tap or a one click. And no one doesn't even want to do that. And it's hurtful because it's like you said, you're sitting up to AMs in the morning, thinking about content, putting things out. And if not, you're being constructive because you're not on the street. You're not running around doing some madness. You know one's there, ganging or whatever these men want to call it these days. You know one's there, but you're doing something that is constructive. So for me, for a lighter note to end the show in the sense of, for something that we can look through the future and everything. What is the future YouTube? Like, what is it that you guys want to do future-wise in about a year to 2 years' time? Where do you not see yourself? What do you not see yourself doing? Pull it out there in the atmosphere, because that's what I'm all about. Manifestation, putting it out there. What is it that you guys would like to see? Is it a show? It could be a presenter, TV show. Listen, you don't need to start doing the UK and young talent, because you're not shining the light. I'm sick and tired of Steve in the back office, 67, that doesn't know about content. He doesn't know about youths anymore. We're not in Oliver Twist days. We're not in these kind of days. And man's talking about Brain Chill. We don't want Brain Chill. We want Young Hills or Saturn. The next one. Yeah, you get me? A next show. But yeah, where do you guys see yourself in about 2 years?
Hopefully, inshallah, being like a presenter or like an influencer, a social media influencer, just making videos to make other people laugh and just like, I don't know, I just want to seem like everyone like know me, like not everyone know me in that sort of sense, but like I want to look like funny or like
good reputation.
Yeah, good reputation on
yeah.
social media, so that everyone looks up to me in a sort of sense instead of looking at me as in one of the people that's all the same, like everyone copies each other, everyone all the same type of.
I'm not even looking up at us as like, oh, these lot of famous. It's like looking up at us as a role model. I'm not even just you.
No, but I love that, man, because obviously everyone's trying to be someone else. Like, be yourself, and I think that's what's unique about YouTube right now is that you're just yourself. The way you guys come across right now, yourself. I don't feel like you're trying to be someone, not trying to act like someone, but you definitely have.
Just be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest. Me and Karen put this thing out on social media. I'll be like, Lord, this, that, they didn't interview this, that.
Yeah.
But for ourselves, we're benefiting our own lives. Like, block them, this, that. Stop.
Block. I don't even do that enough, you know, but man just said block that. I'm going to start blocking you lot because you lot are jumping in my DMs on some next level, telling me about your life, your history, your story. I didn't write that post, Chris. I don't think you should have said that. Do you know what? Can I know more about you? No! Do your research. Google me. I'm that bossy. You see the way I said that? Google. Yeah. Google it. Yeah. I'm not telling you anymore. But no, listen, I'm going to block some of you lot. Not even no joke. Seriously, because some of you lot need to chill out. But no, seriously, I've done it again. You chill out, because I will. They stress man out. Listen, my inboxes is stressed out. Sometimes it hurts me because it's like, why did you watch the whole thing and then you didn't like it in the end? You know what I'm saying? It's like you watched my whole thing and you commented, I didn't like it. It's just like, really? We're not
Can I
gonna...
say if I'm being myself on like a social media,
Yeah.
I'll get a reply saying weirdo.
It's like in the middle.
They're saying weirdo because they're not haven't got that confidence to show
Because
themselves.
it's not on charge.
They need to.
And they're behind the computer screen and you're calling me a weirdo, but you don't want to show yourself and you don't want to do that. Technical faults and everything, like what's going on? Dad don't know what he's doing. Yeah, it's a myth. It's a myth. Yeah, he said, yeah, just it's a myth for you, Dad. Like you're not patterning out what you're meant to be doing. But guys, do you have any questions over there? Do we have some questions? Do we have a piece of paper with questions? Do we have any questions? Oh,
Yes.
we do. Say nothing. What we
Yeah.
got? Throw it out.
Who inspires you?
Chunks and Philly.
Chunks and Philly. You heard it. Chunks and Philly. Hey, Chunks. Philly. I know certain associates and everything. I don't know you, man. But I know certain people. Hey, V.
I've been watching them since young.
I listen, very V Brown, and I listen, get the hook up for my boys, innit? Like, they would like to meet Chunks and Philly. Guys, if you know anyone out there that knows Chunks and Philly, you know Esther, I start calling that names for no reason. I know stuff, I know people, I don't know them exactly, but Chunks and Philly, reach out, idols. We want to do a little skit, little comment thing. Yeah, I like that. Next question.
How do you overcome peer pressure?
Just confidence, really. Like you'll see peer pressure in public areas. You gotta try to dodge that peer pressure, but just be yourself. If they say this, that's empty threats. If it comes to the point where they actually do something, that's when you gotta actually like make a move. That's it. Well, you go.
Okay, I like that.
Well, like how I avoid peer pressure.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, like no one can force me to do anything. Just like the songs and everything. Like I just block it all out. Like if anyone's trying to, if there's a new wave, everyone's becoming a drill artist, then I'm just gonna be like, I don't care. I'm doing my own thing. So like you can't influence me to do anything unless I'm actually inspired to. Like you're a big influencer and you've made money a legal way and you've done it properly.
Done it the right way.
Yeah, that's
Stay in your lane as well. I feel that's what you're saying. Like, stay in your lane. Don't feel like you have to jump genres. Like, I hate that now. You ever just jump in genres every 5 minutes? Someone's doing something different. 1 minute you're artist. Next minute you're a gamer. Next minute you're doing that. Next minute you're doing t-shirts. Next minute, fam, just slow down. Like, just chill out. And then the next minute you're just riding an electric scooter, just up and down the road doing nothing with your life. It's just a lot of stuff. Next question.
A lot of young people are depressed or anxious. Why do you think that is?
Because they bottle everything up. Like as I said earlier, being a boy and a girl, being a boy is like your main priority is to look like a boy, not to look like a girl. So if you cry and you look like a girl, apparently, to the generation that we're living in right now. But yeah, maybe try and let it out more. Like I said, when we come home, our parents ask us like, how you're right and all of that, but we still say, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
But you don't know. Like I could be going through something really, like something could be happening to me, but no one's gonna know that because I keep it in because I want to like a man and I want to keep up and overcome it.
What would you say a line could be that if there was a parent out there that they could say to their child or say to you, what would be a line instead of saying, how do you feel? Do you reckon it still could be something else that your parents could say that might want to make you be like, you know what, I'm going to try and tell you, instead of just feeling like it's a generic line? Because when you hear that, how are you? It's like, I'm fine. Is there something else that they could say, or could they?
Yeah, it's like the same always, like how are you? But I'd probably say like, instead of always checking up on them often and saying like, how are you, it's just going to be the same result every time. Maybe like try and get close to them in a sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyone about what they say to you, you gotta have that bond to let yourself out to them.
yeah, like maybe like you have to build a confidence. Like you might think like in your parent, if I'm a parent, I might think, oh, they're my son, they can talk to me, I know that. But realistically, in your head, it might be, yeah, it's fine, it's whatever. Don't worry, leave it, it's fine. But like you have to build a confidence. You have to speak to them on levels. Like if you're my dad or if you're my mom, and you have to tell me stuff. Like you have to tell me stuff that's
For
like
me
to open up to you, because the more you tell me is the more I'm gonna I feel unlocked. Like the more keys are gonna unlock. And I'm just gonna keep on talking.
No, I'm going to clap for that one, no, because you know why, parents? You know why? Because you don't feel like you're too cool for school. You know the ones there. I ain't showing them my life. I ain't telling them what I went through. I ain't doing none of that. And you don't show no emotion, and then you expect them just to come and pour their heart at you where they feel like they don't really know you. Just what I'm trying to say. And sometimes you need to say it, parents. You need to let them know that, listen, I've done that. Because you always say, I've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. That's just a saying. What did you do? What happened? So I can see that emotion and understand why you are saying what you are saying. I think that's absolutely amazing. And what would you say? Whose question was it? What was this question?
That was about children being depressed, but then you asked a follow-on question of like, how could parents, what could parents do?
I would say build a. Obviously, you're gonna trust your parents, siblings, whatever, but you gotta build that second trust.
A new bond.
A new bond that.
Bond.
I like that, a new bond. Not even a newborn, a new bond. I like these guys. They're coming back on the show again. So okay, so a new bond.
The young generation, if you're walking the streets, if you're some little guy like you're not even. I would say if you're walking the streets, you're talking big business. People will be like, look at these little guys trying to be big man.
Yeah, be a big man.
There's certain people with a big back mindset but a small body. They gotta realize that it's just politics. Generations messed.
Wow, that's madness, you know. Did you hear what he's saying? He's saying just because you're hearing these youth man talk like this, you need to have a bigger mindset if you're not thinking like him.
And even teachers. I went through a
Love
whole year.
He loves it. He's sticking on teachers. All of you lot, sticking. Fish and chips, you lot. Yeah.
I went through a whole year with one teacher, trying to put me down the whole year. I just laughed at her. I knew I had that education and smartness in me, but she just looked down at me because obviously. Me and Carol can say we were idiots last year. Like we were just weren't thinking straight,
messing about, playing around.
Then now this year they see a different reputation on me. Like you gotta have that weird side, that goofy side, but you also gotta have the mature side.
No, but I love the fact that you said that because you've got to keep your energy, keep your label. Because I feel like a lot of the times when I was growing up, I grew up in a time where I got told I was hyperactive. Now, I got told off for that in school. Detentions galore, all the rest of it. I go into schools now, you teachers tell me, oh, we love your energy. Don't do that. You used to tell me off for that, brother. You understand? Are you mad? So like you said about your goofiness, your wittiness, sometimes we need to keep that, and sometimes you need teachers not to stop beating it out of the kids because by the time you grow up,
you're just going to be silent.
That's what I'm saying.
Go to a party and look at the waters.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So you need to keep that character, you need to keep that energy. Like, and what would you say in the sense of, you said that happened to you a little bit in the sense of...
Oh, but the same thing happened to me. I had about 2 teachers that would just always pick on me for the most dumbest reasons. That like I said, it would be the whole class talking, and they'd pick out me out of all people. And I did speak up about it. And I said, why are you picking on me out of everyone else? Like you can see everyone's talking, and they're still talking while I'm talking to you, but like you can't even hear me. That's how much they're talking, and they would still pick on me. And then like I had a lot of teachers that would lie on my name. Like I would say to the teacher, like, why are you always picking on me instead of everyone else? And then they would send me out and say, oh, he's being rude to me and he's shouting at me. I'm like, what? I didn't do none of that. I lied to you, so get me kicked out.
I've been in situations as well. Don't always feel like the teachers are on this thing. The teachers are on smoke. You get me? They're ready to throw them underneath the bus. You know what I'm saying? No, I real talk, and I believe you. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes we just need to have a balance. And I'll say to any of you young kids as well, if you are feeling like this, sometimes where you got to realise is humans are humans. I feel like sometimes though, when you're not in classrooms and you're saying something, you're taking it as that's your teacher. But embarrassment is still embarrassment, you know what's there? And just because they're old adults, it's not nice, fam. You know what's there? When you're saying something and you got a whole room of classroom,
you gotta have that.
Oh no, miss, man's getting you. She's still gonna feel it. That's what I'm trying to say. He's still gonna feel it.
You gotta have that confidence to speak. Actually, first of all, speak to a teacher.
Yeah, you know what's there?
And
so
if you can't socialize with a teacher,
I feel for you guys to minimize some of the stuff that you get when you're in school. Try not to answer back when you're around your friends because your friends just make it worse. So even if you're being like 10 out of 10 normal saying, miss, I feel like, why are you shouting at me? Man, am I only gonna gas it? Oh, guys, talking to this, oh my days. And then now all of a sudden, it's now seeming like you're being rude. I guarantee you 100%, wait for everyone to go. This is why I say to all the bad boy kids, all the kids, yeah, if you're bad, wait for everyone to go then, big man. Yeah? And when everyone leaves that class, go up to your teacher on a one-on-one and just look at her and say, you know what, miss? I don't like the way that you dealt with that. And next time, I'll feel happy if you wait for everyone to leave to address me. I'm telling you, she will look at you like, wow, is that how you're moving to me, yeah? Different! You gotta show her you're different.
That's what
don't do that.
That's what I do.
Yeah, different. I'm a big man, don't do that. And I'm telling you, they will show you more respect because they wouldn't know where to put their head. And all they can do is apologize and say, do you know what? Going forward, I will do that. So just be mindful of that when you guys are in school as well. Any more questions?
Just one more. So what one thing do you think would make your life easier and make you happier, your generation?
If everyone supported me. If everyone just showed support, like my dad was talking to me about before, You want to buy all the designers, you want to buy Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and all that, but you don't want to buy your friend's new t-shirt brand. Like, you don't want to support him. Like, you want to help him out. You just want to buy all the people that are really rich.
Good vibes is the main thing.
I'm rubbing my face. You know why I'm rubbing my face? I'm rubbing my face because that's what I say. We're not supporting the local man, then we're not supporting your friend, your brethren. You want to go support Gucci, Balenciaga. And Balenciaga doesn't even like that. Gucci doesn't even like you, fam. You know, like literally. Go meet Gucci. He doesn't like you. He won't shake your hand. He doesn't like anybody. But it's crazy that you said that. So I love the fact that you guys said that. I love the fact that you guys jumped on my show, and definitely going to be going, making sure that I'm jumping down onto them show as well. I'll make sure I leave the link and the app in the description below, guys. As always, bang the share button. I want some hearts right now. Throw up some hearts for these young stars right now. Throw them up now. Do it. Stars. Loads of them. I can't see. Need to do it. More. I can't see you. Press the button. What are you doing? Press the heart button to show them love. Because this is what we don't do. We don't show love. We don't show like that energy. That's what I want to give to them, yeah? To let them know there's another way. You don't need to trap. Don't need to be in the band. No, none of that. So give me some hearts. This is going to show them love. He just said he wants support. This is the support, guys. You're in your room. You're in your ass. All you have to do is press the like button. All you have to do is press the heart button. Press that button. Share it. Sharing is caring. Guys, I want to thank both of you for jumping on the show. Listen, I make sure I want to get into that little dance thing that you men are trying to do. Yeah, we'll jump on that TikTok thing and try and take away. But yeah, we're gonna fade that. We'll fade that to a track. Is there any track that you got going in there, technician? Okay, that's a nice one. I just see that pop on. We're leaving it with pagans, J Hus, and you don't like no pagans. I'm just saying, we're out, guys. But hasta luego.